We all play in our own way for our own reasons, and that's okay, because there's levels to this. Not just levels in games. There's levels of specs.
And levels to flex.
Sequence initialized.
There's mad levels of innovation.
3, 2, 1. Activate light speed.
And mythic levels of creation.
There's levels to exceed.
And levels of speed.
There's status levels.
Whatever levels.
There's entry levels. Time-shattering levels.
And levels of mayhem.
Pretty dope, huh? There's levels of dedication, devotion, and motivation to reach a whole nother level. Now what's possible and what's next is up to us. So let's go. There's levels to play.
Logitech G, and it is going to be Miki taking you through this matchup today, 8 p.m. Games are going to be on very soon, as we're going to be beginning to see the tournament sort of take shape, as we are going to be approaching the rounds of 32, the teams that really are standing out are coming to show and beginning to reveal how this entire future stage of the tournament is going to form. So right now the match that we have is going to be MLT Zoomers versus MLT PHASMOS, and I believe Aggressive, this should be one of the first matches that hopefully are going to be extremely tight and extremely close and give us a good show for the ride.
That's for certain. And this is one of those matches that really will be one for the books. Two top teams in the entirety of Bangladesh now going up against each other. It's an MLT versus MLT battle, but at the same time, the rivalry is not that friendly. Both of these teams are out for blood and they're at each other's throats because they know they are contesting each other to be the best of the best in the entire region. Will they be able to pull it off though? That's going to be the biggest question mark in my eyes, because from what I have heard, there have been a couple of iteration changes when it came down to MLT PHASMOS. So have they been gelling together as a squad? That's going to be the biggest question mark in my eyes.
We have seen how important that factor is though, to work together, to have that teamwork together develop for a while. And again, these teams, they should have had the opportunity to do that. They should have had the time to work together and time to practice these strategies, time to work out the kinks of being a team. And again, if PHASMOS is facing some issues in that, that will definitely be a hurdle, because we have seen how these newer teams have really displayed their skills in the tournament. We see the individual ability, we see the raw mechanics, we see the aim abilities. They're all amazing individually, but when they have to work together as a team, when they have to show up together, play with another player, double peak, use their utilities for others, that's where a lot of teams are struggling, and that's where a lot of teams are falling to some of the bigger giants who have fixed these out. They have worked these out and they have a plan in mind. These teams are the ones that have sort of withered the way in this tournament. So again, this is, at this current stage, that is the main main game that a lot of teams are having to focus on, is to work together and figure out how this team dynamic will actually, sort of unfold in the game, in the match of Valorant.
It's going to be tough to figure out exactly how it's going to go down the line, but then again, when you are a top caliber team, things just start falling into place the more you play together. And for both of these squads, they have been sticking together for a pretty decently long time, but then again, there are a lot of kinks in that particular armor. And you're going to see that as well as the match continues. We've been watching these teams for the longest time. We know what they're capable of. We know their biggest mistakes. They have a lot of raw talent, but that raw talent is, in the terms of the industrial, they're very unprocessed. Like, it's, how do you put it? The product that they are forming is only at like 60% purity. The other 40% is just running amok somewhere. The team is not really as cohesive as you would have hoped for. The utility usage is very lackluster at times, and the team starts to take a lot of solo duels where it's not really necessary. And that's where the problems just keep on arising and keep on building over and over again. But hopefully today is not going to be one of those days. Teams have gotten some time. They've gotten some scrim practices as well under their belt. So I'm hoping to see that, as we already know, that the members of Zoomers, they are much more experienced under that capacity. But when you look at Phasmos and the talent that they have, oh boy, that's going to be a big point, big talking point moving on forward in this matchup.
That will be a very major point, and again, we have seen how some of these teams have sort of dealt with the issues of, even after having a lot of these basic components strong, like you said, 60%, it's there, but sort of becoming self-centered, sort of overheating and letting go of the team. We have seen teams like Mystic 2 and Team Normies display those, and that have caused them to sort of face a lot of issues in their games. So again, they have had time, they have had played scrims, and that is really important for them, to where you actually have to understand that if I had played that together, if I had sort of displayed that situation with my teammate instead of just pushing through alone, or maybe that piece of utility that I could have used to support my teammate who's ahead. These things that really work themselves out when you play a scrim, when you play a match against someone who has thought these through. So that is that is a key point that both teams in Phasmos and Zoomers have to face. Zoomers do have that bit of experience, though. I believe that they are a little bit more well educated on how these these aspects flow around, because they have played with a lot of big teams. They have showed up in a lot of big tournaments. So again, if you think about it, it is sort of like a little brother faces the big brother matchup in the game right now. So I mean, we never know. The little brother might have some tricks up their sleeves. Let's see how that goes down, as we are going to go into the agent selection. The map will be split, and it is going to be, I believe, Zoomers on the side. No, sorry, Phasmos on the side of attack, and the Zoomers are going to be defending for the first half. So yeah, the lineups are there. We are going to see the Astro coming in, and the only Omen for the opposition side of Phasmos, which is interesting because an Omen is a self-sufficient smoker, but I really, really like maybe an Astro or even a Viper combination in some of these maps, like split map. I've seen in VCT a lot of those Viper plays, a lot of the Viper utilities coming in really handy, but none of the teams are going to go for it. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I really want to. Overall, I don't really know, Kirito. When you look at this Asian composition, how do you feel?
Heading to the above.
Members of Zoomers are going for something. This is. I question
very
this
incomplete.
Yeah, I question how this composition is going to pan out, because with how Split has evolved over time, not gonna lie, a double duelist composition just feels a lot more comfortable on this map compared to a double sentinel these days. Especially if the double sentinel is a Sage.
Yeah, the Sage is not really able to show up for the past few matches. For the past few patches in this game. We have seen Sage very strong on Split before, though, but with the patches and the nerfs and everything, Sage has been sort of lackluster. So we are going to see the attacking side of Phasmos trying to push towards this mail area. The Astro Utility there to push them back. First frag from Judgment. Taking down Doomsday. Two big players already in the action. Muffin. And walk off to Catwalk. Spots Northlander. Takes him down. Another peek. He's able there to get the second, and his teammate Daddy's going to be able to get the trade out onto Judgment, making this a 2v4 situation in a matter of seconds. Phasmos didn't have the good start. They're able to turn it around, spotting the Sage. Senpai can't really connect that shot. Skillzara is going to be able to get the frag. And this is already shaping up to be a fun game. I'm just saying, as the spike is going to be planted in the other side of A. It's already looking so much more fun.
Skills. He's looking for another opportunity to maybe run away with this. Good for the shot. He's going to be able to get it nicely done. And Skills turns around at the worst possible moment, and Savage does get the timing on him. But then again, he's Spencer from two different sides, right? There's absolutely no way Skills would have been able to do anything there. Deadly on one end and Savage on the other. A very good first round coming in from the member of Phasmos. They get a pretty strong start, but then again, they should not get comfortable with the start like this. Things could take a turn on its head in just a matter of seconds, and we know how deadly players can be if you have a Sheriff in their hands.
Indeed, we have seen some absolutely cracked shots on that Sheriff. And again, never take anyone lightly at any stage. You can definitely shift up your play to be a little bit on the aggressive tone, but don't count them out. As we are going to see Aura getting one, almost a second, but it's going to be the side of
the Sheriffs. The classics are better.
Trade. They're
the classics are better, man.
This is still even Stevens. They're able to trade it out with the classics. I mean, free gun, just saying.
Free weapon,
They are going to fall back. Both sides falling back. It looks like it's gonna be an A aggression based on this lurk. No one's really in A heaven, and again, they're gonna give this information to your teammates. Oh, Joker could have done something there. Sorry, Mock could have done something there. As Joker was gonna take him down. Oh, look at this. Oh, the timing isn't right, and they're still trading. They do get a Spectre. I think, yeah, they have a Spectre. Again, very much winnable. They can try and pick up another weapon down mid if they do walk through that avenue. Looks like they're going to be going through CT. They hear the ropes. They know it's going to be a B exec to heaven. But this player with the Phantom on top. Savage
really
going for the plant. This is a crossfire from hell.
Oh,
man.
this
They
is
can't go
gone.
through
This is gone. They can't clear him.
They know. No way.
But they can't clear him.
Remaining. Last player standing.
Wait, never mind. They can.
Wait a second. 32 HP. What can he do here? He doesn't really know where the player is. He's gonna wait for the peak to come in. Both are so
No,
low.
Savage! Savage, you can't whiff that!
He misses. How does he miss that, Savage? Just barely. The crosshair was just barely off. And we have a 1-1 scoreline. Zoomers pull it out of nothing. What did I say at the start of this round? Don't underestimate
They
anyone.
actually pulled it out of nothing. Wait. How do... You're telling me...
That's such an impactful round. Look at the guns. Look at the weaponry now.
Look at the
That just
weaponry. Look at the
changes
guns.
everything.
They pulled out this round with just classics, not even a single Sheriff buy. No one bought anything that last round.
They even were able to break through that crossfire on B side somehow. Crazy plays. Again, a mid push coming in from Phasmos. Oh, Skillzara just flicking onto the head of Savage. Gets another one. That's what happens when you put a gun in this man's hands. Sage wall coming down towards mid. Will solidify. Has to be respected by their opponents. Has to fall back. They're not really going to play aggressive off of this. They're not really going to go on top and go for peaks, at least for now. As a remainder of the players are going to be pushed back. Look at the lurking Omen outside of heaven. Spotted out Zoker. He's going to have to run back. Now he's in a rock and a hard place. He doesn't have any TPs to get out of this. Can try to smoke. Oh, I don't think that's I don't think the smoke's good. Oh, no. He is now trapped. He knows the smoke's going to work out.
It's all part of the plan.
He's got teammates now as well. Maybe they can find a pick and try and push towards this.
Oh, the timing.
Mock. Judgment taken down by Derry, and Smoke is still there. They should spot him out, and they get a frag onto him as well. Astra is there. They're gonna pick up guns. And what is happening? How are these rounds turning around so fast? They're gonna pick up a gun.
Need to this.
With this 2v2 situation, there's a Bulldog available as well. Shubo gets a frag onto Derry. All onto Zokar. Nothing really he can do. As Northlander takes him down. Double pick is good, but still, that's a lot. They did more that round than I thought they would be. They had only pistols and sheriffs, no armor as well.
Yeah, players honestly, for some reason, have better aim when it comes down to their sheriffs. I don't know what is up, but I guess the idea that you can spray with the sheriff really resonates in rounds like this, where they just completely focus on those one taps. And you can see that Phasmos, they hit all of their shots, and that's what I meant. Raw mechanical talent on the side of Phasmos is just incredible. But that's where a lot of the problems will start to arise too, because the team starts to really focus on their own mechanics a little bit too much, and they try to get away with plays that they should not really be doing.
Again, these names, they have the knowledge, they have the skills, they have the experience to know that some of the util setups are as important as these aim skills. The utility and how they play and support each other. They should know this. They know a good supporter can be more impactful than a good fragger. And Doomsday just like, nah, good fraggers all the way, as we are going to see Mock coming in with a tray around to Senpai. 4v4 situation, no ultimates really to play with. The Omen ultimate is there, but I don't think that's really going to work out in this situation. Doesn't even matter, he's taken down. Skillzora gets another one. Phasmos at a disadvantage now, man count wise. They're gonna split screens and ramp. And as Mock takes down the ramp player, Derry, Savage does stray, but still. The revive comes in, and the that was a nice execution. They both double peek at the right time. Really strong stuff. Zoomers are definitely looking more consistent than Phasmos right now in these last few rounds, but again, Phasmos, they have done things as crazy as pull close rounds out of the bag, just like Zoomers did in that follow-up round, where they defused the spike. But it's just too early to call. I still feel like it's too early to call. We're still coming up to a sort of shape where Zoomers are displaying more consistent utility, more consistent aim duels, but again, I feel like it's too close to call Phasmos out just yet.
They're just running it down each and every plane. What more can you do about stuff like this? Not much. Another positional advantage, I do believe, coming in from the members of Zoomers. But okay, a really fast rush towards the side of heaven could be the detriment that they were not really expecting as Phasmos. They tried to brute force their way in on their raw mechanical skill, and they got completely shut down. Control that was gained towards B Heaven now no longer exists, was Joker. Wanted to try for something cheeky, but didn't help at all.
He's been having a bit of a rough time this game. But still, the opportunities to find those impacts are still there, as we are going to see the push from the rifles. Skillzora gets them both to land a triple.
He's on
4-1
fire today.
on board. Yeah, he's definitely, and on an agent as well that should not really find much impact utility wise.
Listen, he is a bottle sage, so it works.
A bottle.
Remember the meme?
You said bottle. I don't know what.
Yes, exactly.
What bottle is. I don't know what the bottle.
A battle
means.
sage. A battle sage, but a person who take a lot more duels. You don't know the joke. You don't know the joke. You have not been on social media.
I know the joke. I know the joke. I'm literally casting with a joke, as I'm gonna see the Muffin Senpai coming into the push towards heaven. He's gonna find 3. No, judgment cancels him out.
No way.
Trade. Oh god, 4-2 is gonna be the man count. And Shubo
Good shot.
somehow manages to get one more. 3v2 now, they can still win. There's no ultimates available, but Shuba will have the Seekers if he gets one frag. Northlander!
Too aggressive. But look at the back,
Doomsday
Joker.
falls. But look at the map. Look at the
Timing. This is
Oh, he doesn't spot them. But he's still in a really strong position, though. I don't think they're going to expect him as they just walk through heaven. Joker, he's finally got the opportunity to get the impact. He's only good for one, though. They know exactly where Savage is as the Trailblazer comes out. 1v1 situation. They're going to be running around this pillar, but no. Oh,
Savage.
just looks
Savage.
at the right time.
He's giving it away.
What's happening? Northlander. Now he has a chance to stick it, but no. Instead, he's gonna go for the peak, and now the run is coming in. Savage trying to buy time for the spike to go down, and he's doing a good job of it.
Perfect, Savage.
No, Northlander. He cannot get the spike, and time ticks away. Savage gets the spot, gets a frag in the end. Can he run away? Yeah, he can,
There's
just
the turret.
barely,
Now just dig in and climb
and
up.
they win it out. Fortune's scoreline and Phasmos, they should feel. They should feel rejuvenated after that round. That is a start they needed to get the comeback going.
That is what you call an absolute masterclass coming out from Savage. The guy is cool as a cucumber when it comes down to running around that pillar. And he did a beautiful job when it came down to playing time. And that is what you love to see, ladies and gentlemen, because now Phasmos, they're in such a competitive spot, especially when it comes down to the terms of their economy. They were suffering drastically, but now they're in good shape, with Deadly getting another kill to open things up.
Seek them out.
Yeah, again, a lot of ultimates in play this round. Shubo getting one more on Senpai, making it a 4v4. Taking down a Star Fragger, although, I mean, we know Muffin Senpai to have a lot of impact. But he's not really finding his footing just yet. Not really going crazy just as the operator. Oh, he sneaked his way through Joker. He's gonna smoke him off. They don't know he's up top. Joker's gonna take down the operator. Mock falls. Heal comes in and they're ready for this AX. You could only Shulo's here. He's gotta go big as the lockdown comes in. He has to be pushed out. He has to respect this and he has to fall back. Doomsday had a follow-up onto him.
Standing.
And another one on the Northlander out of nowhere. And it's all onto Judgment.
Spike planted.
We know him to be a good and experienced player. Consistent player, but right now as he's spotted out, what can he do? He doesn't even know where the players are. He's got to fall back. He's got to try and go for a save. Oh, no. Yep. Not even possible. Daddy's gonna take care of him, and it's gonna be a 4-3 scoreline. Phasmos, they are definitely running on momentum right now. They can definitely feel themselves.
Yeah, the Trance is gonna put a stop to that momentum right on its track. 3 rounds is a little bit too much for Trance to handle. The coach knows that, okay, too many rounds lost. The team needs to just mentally reset themselves to bring them back into the flow of the game. And I'm really hoping that they tell Zoomers to take a little bit more initiative. I think that Zoomers are getting caught off guard way too often. And they need to get a little bit of early information, or if they want to hold down the sides, then they need to pre-place their utilities and be prepared to use those utilities that they do have to facilitate those gunfights. A lot of these situations, they've been taking duels that are absolutely dry. People are being caught out in the middle of nowhere, and Zoomers are just expecting to one-tap their opposition. You cannot do that, especially when Phasmos has started to gain the momentum and they're utilizing their utility properly to facilitate those pushes. Hopefully they change up their strategies, calm things down a slight bit, and change things from there.
Yeah, changes are definitely necessary. Again, we have seen the potential. We have seen the signs that the Zoomers are displaying their experience, displaying their ability to win out rounds, but some of their fraggers are not really hitting. We know Northlander, we know Mock, they're not really finding the impact. Shuvo's been having a rough time as well. So again, these players need to find these opportunities, hunt for these opportunities that really allow them to get these frags. But a mid push coming in, the op pushed back. Judgment, the swarm nade's not really going to work out. Give some room to the attackers, and looks like it's going to be a B side push. Shuvo trying to hold back this player, but Deadly. He's going to be Deadly from that short range. Can he get a second? No, Northlander finally trades it out. It's going to be a 44. They're going to completely leave this A side open. Oh no, look at the Omen. Is he going to call for a rotate? No, the side has been executed. He's got to make his way towards the side of B quick. Lockdown from the defenders. That's gonna be a lot of trouble, as they're gonna have to fall back. The spike plan won't go down. They're running away. It looks like his A hit could be very much viable if they go through screens right now. They should totally go
Mock
to A right
is
now.
such an important shot.
Oh no.
Mock needed to land that.
Doomsday as well. And not
One enemy
Lander.
remaining.
Big impact frag, but Joker from the other hand. He's able to trade it out. Now it's a 2v1. Out of nothing. This round does
Yeah.
not feel like it should be this close.
It all really comes back to the missing shot
Oh,
from Mock.
Trailblazer. The Seekers. They can use that if they want to know exactly
I've
where
got your
screens are
trail.
eyes. There it is.
Yep. That's information.
And they know where he is.
You can't play this out anymore. It's a heaven plan too, so you have to worry about so much.
He's got
No wall
flashes.
present as well. And
enemy
good for the
remaining.
first shot. Yeah, that kill's going to be guaranteed. But now, how do you kill this player on heaven? You need to hit the shot of your life to try and get this
He
one.
knows.
10 bullets in a dream. Half
I will not
diffuse.
Ooh,
5 bullets.
5 bullets. 3.
Savage is just playing mind games now. He's not going to be able to hit that one. And Savage, an absolute masterclass
Lovely.
when it comes down to these post plants. 2 clutches from this man when it mattered the most. As Zoomers, they are now left scratching their heads a little bit here. Overall, the execution was perfect, but missing out on those shots, that really was the biggest dent in their armor.
They're unaware of that Omen too. That the long lurk from Zucker. That's the only way he's been really finding impact in these first few rounds. Those the way he's creeping into these positions without the defenders knowing, without Zoomers able to figure out with none other utility. I mean, on paper they have 2 sentinels. This should not be affecting them. But again, somehow Zucker's able to turn this round around.
I think that's purely on the basis of the Killjoy ultimate. The Killjoy ult just caused a complete
no.
and utter decimation! And Shuvo, good night, goodbye, and sleep tight. He's gonna make an absolute run for an 8 HP. And this man is not gonna be happy. He does have a heal from his teammates, but losing that armor, especially when you have a judge in your hands, can be the biggest difference maker for a kill and a death.
Yeah, now sort of the entire map's at a disarray. Zoomers not really able to know what's happening. They thought that B execution would be underway, but now the fact that they're not in B, they're assuming that they are gonna try and push in towards A, and that is correct. Shuo, he's gonna be going back to that position down mid, near ropes, but the rest of the players don't really have any weapons to work with. As we're gonna see Doomsday, he's gonna take the fight to them up on that heaven ledge.
30 seconds left.
Meanwhile, from the flank as well, 3 players coming in. And Zoker's gonna find the frag onto Mock. Believe more trades are gonna come in. Deadly to keep that going. Not Lander as well.
Last
So what is
player
happening
standing.
there is we're gonna see the revive coming in. Skills
He
aura.
doesn't know the heaven.
He's such an important player. Oh, no, Matt. Doomsday just comes in out of heaven. These are they're so confusing. Absolute chaos in that main area.
It's chaos, yes, but it's very much planned. The members of PHASMOS, they were banking on the fact that, okay, with so much pressure being put on the members of Zoomers, they have to push through A main. They cannot hold heaven, especially with their weapon, especially with the weaponry that Zoomers have under their arsenal. They either need to come through screens or they need to go through A main. And that's where the members of PHASMOS put a lot more of their manpower into, and that's where they were holding primarily. And with Doomsday having a free avenue over onto heaven, it just basically guaranteed them around. How do you try and fight this? The members of PHASMOS have gotten in the heads of Zoomers, and they are breaking apart their strategy piece by piece. And this is where it's gonna get even more tougher. Look at the amount of control that the members of PHASMOS have, but Shuvo, good for the shot, does change out the tide of this battle. 1-for-2 trade.
Blinded.
Zoomers, they are now at the advantage, but for how long? That's going to be the real question.
Feels like a lot of these players, they just can't keep that same momentum going. They lost a player while pushing towards this A heaven area, and now with that one frag, Shuo has just completely changed everything. Now we've seen a complete stalemate. They're all playing slowly. Maybe if they continued to force through, that could have been a different result. But with the Omen ultimate coming in, it cancels out. Now Shuvo knows this could still be an A hit. Heaven control is established. He's let that go. Shugo spotted out and he knows that
30
the player's in
seconds
heaven. The flash comes in, he's trying to peek. Double peek trade is gonna come in. It's still a 3v2. Spots out another, but he falls! Oh
Spike
no!
down A.
He's gonna trip and Judgment's gonna counter off of that. Zucker under lurking, but nothing happens. Humors finding a very much needed even Stevens tying out round. They needed this round. They finally got something in the bag. And now they can build off of this. Hopefully.
Turret out.
So far, this is the closest match we've had, like 5-5 scoreline. We're seeing a very even scoreboard as well. Again, I really want some of these impact fraggers, some of these very important duelists to show up. Muffin Senpai and Mark, we know what we're capable of. But we need a little bit more from them individually. The Ray Satchel's gonna come in and A execute is on the cards. No ultimates really to cancel this out. But Judgment doesn't need those. He's gonna get one, but the trade is there. Instant mock finally delivers. Skillzora as well showing up. Zoker, the only player alive, will be traded out by Shuvo. 6-5 and a quick round.
Last round
Zoomers.
before the switch.
Good
They're
reaction
rusted.
off of that. Really fast push from Phasmos, but they met fire with fire.
Yeah, Phasmos, they just completely disregarded what Zoomers are capable of there. And they tried to brute force their way in, and they got completely demolished because of it. So many players rushing out through the side of A main into a Killjoy site. Good God.
Absolutely. They didn't even really use any utility to read it. Just went for it. Bit of a gamble, maybe.
Blinded. You should run.
Looks like another B execution is on the cards, and they're gonna be committing the lockdown to this as well. But again, that positioning of the lockdown doesn't really completely put the defenders away. And now with the amount of time that's being lost, they're not gonna push through this. They're gonna actually try and fake this towards an A, but they're gonna run into Judgment again with the operator. Easy Zoker's gonna be falling, and now Zoomers are aware that this could be a split push. They have let go of middle though. The Sage Wall's there, so okay, so there's no problem. But again, Phasmos, now the defenders have such a good grip on either side. Muffin does find the opening. But now Shuo trying to react off of that. The flash comes in, counter flash has to push him away. He's gotta respect that. Astro Ultimate is there. But so far, nothing really going in their favor. Muffin gets a frag, Judgment in the trade. Oh, deadly. Just holding on. Spots out the
30
last player as
seconds
well.
left.
6 bullets.
Spike
Not
planted.
lander. 2 for each. What can he do? Trailblazer gets the bite in, but he still gets a frag. And a second happen. No, deadly takes him down. What are these rounds?
6-6.
Switching
Phasmos,
sides.
Phasmos really were at a bad situation before pushing into that B side. No information.
Yeah, that's because the B
Player
side
down.
was very weak. You saw very few players holding on down over towards that B side, and it was only Shuvo.
Placing
What can a
swamp grenade.
single Sky do on a B side?
With no support.
Yeah, there is absolutely no support. Even Skillzora, he can try to give something, but Slorbs can only help this much. And I believe in the last round, Skillzora was like nowhere to be found. I don't think he was in mid, right?
I think he was in heaven. Or was he on CT? He's probably around that
Yeah, he's probably
CT
towards
area.
CT because I didn't see any Slorbs land toward B main. They just walked in for free.
Absolutely, we're not lander as well. We're not really able to use the Astro utilities there. So the entry was a little bit easier. As soon as they found that pick onto Notlander, they were able to quickly change the gear and just walk into sight. But yeah, that's gonna make this a 6-6 scoreline. That's the first really close scoreline that we've had in a while. And it's between these two teams of the same org. But again, this match can be so much more closer, as we know there are some plays, there are some individuals that can really shine a lot more. But yeah, with this pause coming in, the dynamics switch now on the attack with the single duelist composition with their Sage. Again, on the post land, the Sage wall, the Sage utilities can find a lot of impact. They're not the same on defense, but on the post plant on attack, the information the Sage slow orbs can give, the amount of time the wall can buy can be really crucial. So it's all going to come down to if skills Aura can match that level of utility with her, with the aim play, with the same level of gunfight skills that he has displayed. So again, it's all going to come down to winning the pistol round. The team that really does take this pistol round will have the economic advantage, will have the guns to extend the lead, and overall should come out from with an advantage in this map in this second half.
It should, but when you look at the composition that Phasmos have, I don't know how much of an advantage they're gonna have. A double dealer's composition really needs to be up in front as they're pushing straight in without any remorse. But from what we have seen, the members of Phasmos, every time they try to brute force aside, they have a tendency of getting shut down. But that tendency does seem to go away as more time passes. For me, though, personally, I do you think that Zoomers will have a little bit more of an edge on their overall execution? Because from what I've seen in the past, they are a lot more comfortable on the attacking side, but that was in the past, right? I don't know how this team has shaped up over the last couple of months. So it's going to be a treat to see, especially on this particular map.
I mean, a lot of things that we thought, or how we predicted would go down has not really gone down as we predicted. So at this point, these are all just speculation. These everything we just said is all just is us speculating how this round could go down. And these teams, these players have displayed that they have the ability to sort of disregard our speculations completely. We didn't really expect Phasmos to win out a bunch of those rounds. We didn't really expect Zoomers as well not to be able to come out with such low buys in a few rounds. But they're able to do those. They're able to turn those around. They're able to completely reset the economy, completely change the momentum. Phasmos, we thought that the Asian composition was going to be impactful in that first half, but here Zoomers are. With the Sage as well on defense, they were able to make it 6-6 kills Aura, showing the what you call it, the bottle Sage thing. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what the kids call it nowadays. He's, he's he showed it. He did it, and he's on the top of the charts now.
True. The Sage being on the top of the chart is also a good thing overall for the entire team's economy, because with the res coming up a lot more often, not only is he going to be able to change the tides of a battle by pulling up that extra man, but he can also change how the economy flow works as well. One single res can save a gun, and that one gun can snowball an entire team's economy out of control if used properly. And with all of those factors just piling on up on top of each one another, if Skills keeps on getting that form of value with Judgment on his side, that will be perfect for the entire team.
Yeah, this duo has really been just shining this entire game. As we begin this second half, Zoomers looking to be setting a bit of a fake towards the side of A, and I mean, for the most extent, it has worked out. Again, the Killjoy is there, who's going to be holding this A main, but only just a flash committed. I think only a singular Sky Flash was committed to selling that fake in A, and that really didn't work out. Phasmos, they're reading this, and they're like, okay, this is a beat push. This is dash from Mock comes in. He's going to be able to walk in, but the rest of the team is separated, and they're going to be isolating these players very soon. The walk-in comes in as Northlander gets the frag on the Doomsday. The flash from the Omen is there, and the trades are coming in. Sure, that's fine. A second. The wall comes in, but then late. From side, he's very impactful. The trade comes in finally from Judgment. Spikeman going down, 2v3 situation as the wall will be broken. Muffin is by finally finding the impact he needed to 2v2. Gets dinged and taken down. All on to Joker. Gets one with the classic. Oh, we know how important. Where's he looking? Wait a second. Northlander? What?
I think he DC'd?
I don't know. Did he?
Clutch.
I'm so confused. What just happened?
He was looking at the complete opposite. What? Did he
DC?
think that he...
No,
He
he
did.
did not DC. I think he wasn't expecting the Omen to wrap him like that.
Really,
I
really
guess it
weird
happens
post
to the
line
best
there.
of us.
Yeah, I guess, but he was just completely trained on the left side. You have to assume at certain point, like, oh, is he coming that way, or he was not really darting around. At least I would have been checking both angles, feeling a little panic, but no.
Need that back.
Instead,
Okay.
it's gonna be the second round with the 4v4 early on. Mock buying a bulldog, trying to find some impact. We are gonna see the counter bulldogs coming in, but so far
Grenade.
it's all even Stevens. The nade is gonna come in, the satchel from the other side, and they take him down. I mean,
Honestly,
Yeah, that
this was
was
a
a-
very successful round regardless for Zoomers. Think about it. They
they
took
got the
down 3
spike down, they
guns
got
and they got the spike down.
players.
Yeah. That is massive.
I guess that
As far
was
as
the
it
plan of
takes
the quick
over.
execution.
Yeah, but
Just
I
rushing
was
in,
kind
getting
of
the spike
confused
down.
about why the smoke didn't go through for the heaven side, but I do believe they just wanted to flood the side with the front smoke, but the overall plan to not have a smoke towards heaven really did backfire on them a little bit there.
Yeah, the players from Heaven with their superior weapons could just out aim some of the players inside. Now though, Zoomers are gonna have rifles, are gonna go with the buy round. Phasmos need to find as much as impact as they can. That's all. Get as many frags as possible as Notlander faces off with the raise in A main. He's gonna have to fall back. So far, no impact found. As Zoomers are gonna try and push this B side off of that Trailblazer. Shorty, the Bucky actually pulled out, but no! Mock just absolutely deletes the two players, Savage and Deadly, standing no chance. As the execution towards the B side is gonna go down, Spike will be planted. And Doomsday
Spike planted.
is gonna find something. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. What just happened there? 3v3.
Complete 180 turn.
Get him.
A little bit too aggressive there, boys. You need to play this a lot more smarter with crossfire set up. And now with the positions already compromised, Killzora, he's in a tough spot. He's going to take a good chunk of damage over one side. Doomsday good for another kill, and they're probably going to be expecting this. And Doomsday, beautiful when it comes down to the execution as Phasmos, they hold down the line and they are breaking through the doors. Zoomers, what is happening? You can't give away rounds like this. Why are players playing to the underside of hell? Where's the crossfire setup? You can't be treated there.
Those two
You're
frags
getting
in
the
Heaven is
sides, but
completely-
where is the control? They're not playing off of each other.
Completely disrupted. Completely disrupted there. Completely just changed the entire round. And they got those rifles as well. Big out of Phasmos. And now Transheat realizes, he's like, oh no, this team is crumbling. They're falling apart. That takes a toll on you mentally. That disrupts the momentum. And that just is such a bummer to go deal with. A round that was guaranteed like that, just given away so easily due to some really simple mistakes. You hate to see it, honestly. Hopefully those Zoomers are going to be able to come out of this. Hopefully the the little timeout, a little talk with the coach is going to help them out. Is going to let them sort of find a bit of a groove, find a game plan, something to work with until they can work on their momentum, until they can slowly develop themselves. Right now, this is only a 3-round gap that can change in an instant for Zoomers, especially for a team like Zoomers. But they've got to start somewhere. They've got to begin. They've got to carry through with that momentum, and with this mid hold coming in, Killzora.
Not like this. Not
Oh,
like
no.
this.
Go get him.
Why are you rushing into vents like that, Mock? You're making a very...
No,
How
you
do you
told
put
him.
it?
You told him. Support him. He
Yeah.
just smoked it
I
off.
don't
That's
really
it.
understand. They're just falling apart. What is the strategy for them here? They need to play for a pick. They have a double sentinel composition, but they're trying to brute force these picks by running into the smokes. Things need to be taken as slowly as possible, but it's just not going to work. And Muffin Senpai with a spray down, he just gets a casual triple kill. What's going on? The
Another day in the
Zoomers, they're
office.
giving away space.
The little brother is coming up on top, 2 away from match point. The economy was low for Zoomers, so they should be able to buy now, I believe. Yeah, rifles are there. And Mott, does he have the blade storms? He doesn't actually. This is he's able to get a gun though, no problems. But yeah, again, very important gun round. Look at their money. That's all on the lower side. So unless Zoomers win this route, the money's gonna die down. Phasmos, they really can cut the head off right now. If they lose this round, they get the 11, and 12 on paper is pretty much guaranteed. So big round for the side of Phasmos. Zokar's gonna be isolated towards vents, and we're gonna see the push coming in. But look at Skillzara, he's behind, and he gets 2 frags. Mock following it up,
What about mid?
and it's gonna be a 2v4. Oh, Zokar spots one out. Reina Flash comes in, he knows there's a player on the right. Completely blind, Chuo finds one, but Muffin Senpai with the trade. A 1v3, but if there's anyone you want, oh, never mind. Just never mind. Okay, Skillzara.
If there's anyone you want,
it's a Reina with ultimate. That's what I wanted to say.
Help.
no. That's just your love life in a nutshell. You're like, if there's anyone I want, oh, never mind.
That makes no sense.
It is. It does make sense. I'll explain it to you later.
Oh, never mind. Okay. All right, but yeah, Zoomers leading that one round. Very crucial round. Hopefully, they can sort of start using that as a momentum boost. But again, they have some work to do. A decent amount of work to do, and the work just increased.
And we're gonna be relaxing a slight bit here, but never mind. Relaxation is not part of the game. As Muffin Senpai good for the first initial kill, but Judgment does get the shutdown over onto another. It is a 3 versus 4 situation already on the map, and bodies are just dropping instantaneously. The members of Phasmos, they are so aggressive on their own accord, and their raw mechanical skill is just popping in more ways than one. And look at Doomsday, the man walked out of B-main with an op. He's probably gonna get caught off here. Shubo catches out Doomsday with his pants down a little bit there. He just needs to hold on the angle, but now it's down to a 3v3 situation with the A side being completely empty. Judgment, he has proper control, and Savage is on the other end of this. He's not gonna peek this one anytime soon. As Judgment has the control, as Savage, he's not really able to find anything here just for now. Good use of the nanoswarms to slow down these pushes as the A side completely open and ripe for the taking. They want the heal, but Mock still out of range. He's playing from the underside of Hell, and with no members coming out from the side of Heaven, Mock, he's in prime positions to shut down at the bare minimum of 1 player before he does get traded. Timing is everything. Mock gives him a position. Here's it, the shot though, and he's going to be able to get it. One more fract for the side, and Deadly, he falls down as well, as Judgment holds down the line with a triple kill to his name. And 8-10 at Zoomers. They're finally back in the running here, ladies and gentlemen. And the big brother still has a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, Big Brother's still very much in this. Phasmo's still 2 rounds ahead though. A couple of lockdowns that they can really use, but a couple of ultimates they can really use. Not bad, but Zoomers as well. That Astra ultimate, Cosmic Divide, and Killjoy lockdown can find a lot of use in these executions. That's exactly what we're gonna see. But Mock is gonna be pushed out. Muffin, Senpai, and Doomsday. This double duelist composition. Zoker as well chiming in. That's a spike. And they are gonna be completely blockaded though. These 2 players, Judgment and Shuvo. They just turn it around themselves. They're like, we'll take matters into our own hands, and now it's all onto this Omen. He doesn't know where the players are. Knows one's towards ramps.
He just
Just
got
bo-
bonked on his head.
He just bops it
Mbappe
with his head,
style.
but he's now just 7 HP. He has no idea where these players are.
I got the spike.
Oh, he did
Wait.
the big bait.
Oh, they didn't hear. They didn't hear it. They don't know. You can find one. Hopefully he does, but the instant
Shot,
trade.
Joker. Good
That was
try.
a good play, but yeah. It's gonna be turned around by Zoomers, one away from equalizing, and now talk about a comeback. Talk about, I mean, again, this might just seem like a 4 rounds comeback, but yeah, this just means a lot more to Zoomers. They were down and out mentally. They were so out of this game in their minds that they were doing these really awkward plays. Just shows that their mental isn't in the right spot. And the last 4 rounds, last 3 rounds, are so important to them.
Another situation for them to play into here is that the lines are being held down by his entire squad, but the gun disadvantage is just absolutely apparent, and the backup is there, the squads are present, and the firing lines are gonna go down. Doomsday good for 1 kill, but the other bodies, yeah, he can't really save them, and Skillzora, he is hungry for more kills. He's hunting down the last player, knife in hand, and he's prepared for this. He knows the position, the shots are gonna come in, the knife is good! Oh, the heal! He tried to heal the Omen! Yes, heal the Omen! Give him some love and kill him with it! 10 to 10 as Zoomers, they equalize things out, and the confidence is booming on this squad. And you know what happens if Zoomers get confident. In real life and also in this particular game.
Yeah, they get really annoying. That's that's what they are. But yeah, I mean,
Truly.
very, very impactful last few rounds for Zoomers here. You can see the momentum shift. You can feel it, the momentum shift. The confidence shift now. They're going for these weird plays. You know, trying to heal their opponent. That only you can do when you're feeling this boost. Muffin gets the frag onto Shuo, but this all could be a really big fake. Mark is trying to sell it for his team. He's trying to buy them enough time to walk into the side of B. He's got some utility to commit to this, but this fake is turning out to be a bit of a lurk. Spike will be planted on the other side. As the wall's gonna be broken, we're gonna see both lockdowns committed, and they're both forced out of this site.
Not ready yet.
Good scene, actually.
Hawk out.
What's just happening?
Concussing it.
This is complete pandemonium. Doomsday gets one senpai as well, and Phasmos win it out. I don't know how, but they win
just
it out.
did a pitch perfect execution with the showstopper and also the seekers. I think Zoomers just got completely annihilated, and there was no mid pressure whatsoever. I don't know why Zoomers didn't take it into consideration that, okay, if you use the Killjoy lockdown towards B main, that basically means they're going to use their own lockdown towards towards defender side spawn, and then we're just gonna get caught out in the middle of nowhere. We need a player to push through mid. Where was the mid control in this run? Absolutely non-existent, and your entire team was funneled into B main. What's gonna happen if you funnel into B main? You're just gonna get caught off. The amount of utility present in the hands of Phasmos was just like unparalleled.
I've got your trail.
Zoomers had no answer.
I think in all the chaos, Zoomers is kind of lost count of what's happening. But Mock trying to use the judge, and that's his iconic weapon. He's gonna find impact with it. Not landed with a follow up onto Muffin. Senpai. The nade is there, but Doomsday just walks in all alone. And in a matter of seconds, Phasmos, it's a 1v2. They're both in that same spot. They know. Zoomers know they're both here, and it's gonna be 11-11. I don't really see this. I mean, we've seen some crazy turnarounds, but again, I don't really see this one going through. They know both of them are there. They know.
This much information.
Blinded.
They can already
They've got
tell that the last two
utilities
players are
spare
towards
as
CT. Maul kind of hungry for the first kill. Does miss out on the bullets there. Savage does find the frag instead. Positionally, they're in good spots. It's Deadly holding down the line. wants to be a little bit more aggressive on his own accord. Doesn't really find out much just yet. Shuvo, he's also hungry for a couple of kills of his own. Judgment position is good. Timing is key. He's good for the first, and he's good for the second. This is Judgment, baby. It pulls out the frags out of absolutely nowhere. 11 to 11. It's the members of Phasmos now. They're the ones who are on the tightrope. Things are getting pretty close, and Zoomers, with the understanding that they have now, they have a pretty good read on what portions of the map are pretty strong in the hands of Phasmos, and they're trying to break through those lines as quickly as possible before Phasmos get into a comfortable spot. But then again, that last round where the rush worked out pretty well can't really be recreated all the time. They need to play for a pick here, and especially with the judge in the hands of Muffin Senpai, oh boy, that's going to be an even bigger problem.
They really need to set him up for this, though. They really need to make sure he finds the impact. Again, very weak towards that heaven area. I believe the Omen is there for a quick rotate, but if they lose control of that A heaven, it's gonna be a really important spot for them to give away. Again, a fake towards B, but that actually works out. Look at that.
Placing swarm grenade.
Oh, not for long though. They do get out of this, and oh, that was so good. Reading that was so important for them. The judge was so big. Nate comes in, but they didn't really find anything. Zoomers, they're trying to walk in. They're trying to get the spike pen going down. Spams all around, but nowhere. No frags found just yet. I think they know where Skills Aura is. The boombot should have given the information, but yeah, Mock. Oh, never mind. Never mind, just a clean, this is cleaned up.
That is control.
This is absolutely cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what you call
It's gonna be 12
control.
to 11.
They rushed into the side. They cleared out Muffin Senpai, who was the main anchor. Plus, Kirito. Last round, they bought up. And because they bought up in the last round, now look at their buys. If we can get the scoreboard up.
Nah. They're gonna have
should be
no
able to get the
money.
scoreboard up in just a second, but good God, man. That is the biggest game changer right there.
Yeah, they
saw the
can
scoreboard. You can already
force
tell that their
themselves.
buys are non-existent. This is where
They
the
can just
members of
force
Zoomers
themselves
seem to
to-
have the best chance. Yeah.
As soon as all this utility runs out, they can just waltz right in. Just like Mock is right now. Bladestorm active, not even needed. Northlander finds the frag. He just on a momentum run there. Muffin Senpai does straight for still a 44. Still, let's not count them out just yet.
I
This is
don't
a
like
tough
this
round, but
spot.
they can do it.
I really don't like this spot.
I don't
Mock
think
is playing
they're gonna
such a
expect this.
dangerous game.
I don't
If
think they're gonna expect
this
this. No.
astral ball goes down and he doesn't have a timing for it. If he had an updraft, yeah, sure. But this timing is
no,
not
timing's right
key.
there.
Good for the shot. He's looking for another one here. He needs to find another kill, but he doesn't find anything here. Overall, the positions are not that good. They need to hold down the lines. All stuck inside of the side. But the members of Zoomers, they are thriving under the pressure of the gun advantage. Really helping them here. MLT Zoomers, they take it down on a 13-11 from a 6-10 deficit, mind you. A 6-10 deficit, Kirito. They turn things around and they turn it on its head and they put the table on top of the head as well. What just happened here, Zoomers? They got invigorated out of absolutely nowhere.
I don't know what kind of tables you've been using, but man, that's definitely not the Zoomer kind of table. Out of nothing, we saw that the first half, they were not really expecting Phasmos to be this potent. They didn't really expect them to be this strong and win out on some of these rounds where it was hand gifted wrapped to Zoomers. Like, this is your round, take it. And Phasmos just pull it out of their grips out of nothing. And that really set a tone for the second half. The early round in that second half was so demoralizing for Zoomers. We saw their plays. We saw even a single utility throw. You can see the lackluster motive behind that. They were not feeling it. They were not confident. But they pulled through. The breaks, the timeouts, the talks with the coach, everything worked out. Everything allowed them to get that momentum back. And still, Phasmos, they fought till the very end. They knew they had the advantage. They still tried at it. But again, when you reinvigorate Zoomers like that, how can you really just counter something as unstoppable? Like, I mean, the way that we saw the win the first round after losing 4 in a row, the first couple of round wins, you can sense that okay, that means so much. When the score lines were tied again, 11-11, 10-10, that's when you can visually see that okay, Zoomers are now feeling it. So yeah, we can win this, we can bring it back. The whole dynamic shifted for them in that second. So again, when a team like this, where a lot of the young bloods, the emotions are running, once you get that motivation into them, once you get that momentum into them, you definitely can count on them to turn around any scoreline.
Yep. The team just wasn't perfect form here today for this particular matchup, but for the members of Phasmos, they're gonna be a little bit sad, especially after losing out on a game like this where they should have won. They had so many advantages, but right at the very end, they just turned off. I don't know what happened exactly to them, but the team had a big disconnect of what they really wanted to do, and they slowed things down. They allowed Zoomers to have full reign and full control over everything that they were doing, and the fact that Zoomers were the ones to dictate the pace for a lot of these fights is where the problem started to arise. When you have a double duelist composition, you don't really have enough utility to hold down your lines as best as possible, and that's where they started to fall. They needed to take a lot more initiative, and the initiative just did not really exist. And Zoomers, they took advantage of that. Props to them. They understood that, hey, if we just go in for fast rushes, what are they going to do to us? Absolutely nothing. Like, they will be forced to run back because we have more utility overall. And they just ran in with the Astra, the Sky, and of course the Jet is going to be able to facilitate all of that because of the Tailwind. And Zoomers, they took a free win out of that right at the very end when it mattered the most. But for Phasmos, I think they should not be disheartened because they put up a really good fight overall through this entire game.
Yeah, we didn't really expect them to come out this strong. I mean, especially in that first half, we saw how we call them the little brother. Let's be honest. That's enough. That's enough to sort of display what we thought of the team. But again, they showed that they are up there with Zoomers. They're up there with some of these really strong teams. They can definitely perform. Maybe some of these, confident wise, utility wise, they didn't really have a lot of room. They can definitely really think this through again. Maybe if this was a series, who knows? They could still turn this around. But again, if you think about it as a best of one perspective, just wasn't their day. They still have a lot of things to work out, and hopefully they will. Because again, I'm really impressed with this Phasmos team, and I want to see them more in the future. But yes, talking about the future, we still have another game for us with us at 11 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check that out, and that's going to be a really good one, I believe. So make sure you stay with us till then. Follow all the social media, and make sure to check out Logitech G's amazing sale on their products. Only a few days remaining. It's going to end on 24th September on the Raz, the official store for Logitech G. Check out these amazing products that are on sale at an amazing price. So till then, we're going to be taking a short break. We'll be back on 11 p.m. with another game. Stay with us, and see you then.
We all play in our own way for our own reasons, and that's okay, because there's levels to this. Not just levels in games. There's levels of specs.
And levels to flex.
Sequence initialized.
There's mad levels of innovation.
3, 2, 1. Activate light speed.
And mythic levels of creation.
There's levels to exceed.
And levels of speed.
There's status levels.
Whatever levels.
There's entry levels, time-shattering levels,
and levels of mayhem.
pretty dope, huh? There's levels of dedication, devotion, and motivation to reach a whole nother level. Now what's possible and what's next is up to us. So let's go. There's levels to play. We all play in our own way for our own reasons, and that's okay, because there's levels to this.